us. My name is Caitlin Hillman, and I am the current journalism intern for Niagara Business Development Group. We will now begin a series of podcasts that are geared toward helping college students that will cover anything from internship tips to career success after school and everything in between. Today we have a very special guest with us, Antonio Riggs, who is the Student Success Coordinator at the University of Michigan-Flint School of Management. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Oh, not a problem. To start off, can you give us a quick explanation about what you do to help students and what inspired you to get started?
Well, it is my role to oversee the career development and internship program here at the University of Michigan-Flint. I interact and meet with students to engage their employment needs, identify their interest. I assist with career assessments and connect student and employer together. And so also I go out and I meet with recruiters about our students and encourage the recruiters to visit our campus to hold a variety of workshops from resume building to time management to effective communication and opportunities in sales to engage with our students to help them professionally, as well as recruit our students for experiential learning opportunities and part-time and full-time employment.
Oh, that definitely seems really helpful because I know it can be hard, especially when your classes don't really teach you the next step that you need to take all the time to get
Mhm.
where you need to be. That definitely sounds really helpful. And
Yeah.
then it seems as though there are some students, though, and they don't recognize why internships are important. But if a student came up to you and asked why you thought internships were important, what reasoning would you give to them?
Well, I would say internships are important because you can gain the next level of experience to put you ahead of the competition. Also, it increases your opportunities to network with other professionals within your area. It'll put you in position to meet with people who are currently working in your field of study, and you can research other career paths, potentially gain a mentor or a close associate that can help you with future employment opportunities. Um, it is known that interns can earn a higher salary when going into an entry level opportunity because you have that experience behind your belt.
Oh,
And
that's definitely nice.
yeah, it's always good when you walk into a interview and you begin to talk about salaries and you can use your knowledge and experience from the internship to help you get you maybe a dollar or two more than the average entry level person who did not engage in an internship experience.
Oh, yeah, and then the more dollars, the better in today's economy, too. So that's definitely a plus.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned networking. Do you find that networking is an important skill to have? And is it beneficial?
Yes, it is very beneficial. In today's world, it's not all about just jumping online or picking up the Sunday's paper and applying for as many jobs as you can. You know, it's all about who you know in some cases. And so if you get out and meet people that are currently working in your area or join a club or association related to your major or field of study, networking with those individuals can help you obtain employment opportunities. You know, there's been several occasions, including myself in this scenario. Um, I joined a fraternity, and my first three professional opportunities came from a close friend who happened to be a fraternity member. You know, once you start voicing, you know, who you are, what you're looking for, what are your goals, and your experiences and your skills, you know, people will tend to remember that, and it helps an employer with their recruiting efforts as well.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, it definitely does help who you know to get your name out there, and especially if you're in more competitive fields and everything.
You know, and it leads to that personal branding. You know, we kind of talk about utilize social media and online uh, websites to create that personal branding, but engaging in a club or organization or a local young professionals group also can help you with your personal branding. As you know, there's different committees you can join within those groups. You can, exemplify your work ethic while working with the team in those local groups, and that can help you get an opportunity as well.
Oh, yeah. And then you mentioned social media, and I know sometimes if you use it wrong, social media can be hurtful. Can social media actually be helpful for students looking for job opportunities after college?
Yeah, there's opportunities for you to, post your previous experience. For instance, LinkedIn, you can put up your whole resume and other volunteer experiences. You can have people, vouch or uh, highlight specific skills about you utilizing LinkedIn. Um, Facebook, there's other avenues where you can still meet and interact with those employers and recruiters who may be on Facebook and keep in contact with them uh, on a personal or social level versus always professional opportunities. And, the way you present yourself online is the way a company may want that as a characteristic within that organization, or you can fit the 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 culture or the mode of the organization, how you represent yourself online. So that's something to consider.
Oh, that's cool. So we can actually use all of that time we spend online to our advantage then.
Mhm.
And then I've only just heard about LinkedIn recently. Would you recommend that as something that every student gets, or?
In my opinion, yes, I would encourage students to obtain a LinkedIn account. You can connect with companies utilizing LinkedIn. Also, you can connect with the recruiters who work at those companies utilizing LinkedIn. And you can put up your professional resume on LinkedIn, and other people can view your resume as employers begin to search for potential candidates. I think it's really helpful with networking with other professionals within that professional online environment.
Oh, that's cool then.
Mhm.
And then are there any particular sites besides LinkedIn, I guess, that you would recommend that are the most helpful that students can find internships and other career opportunities better than just a broad Google search?
Mhm. I would like to encourage students to visit your career center at your college or university and identify what career or job database the school uses. That would be the first place to start. Uh, there are a couple of resources out there, such as Simplicity, Career Connection, uh, and what is it, College Network, a couple of different websites that schools will use. But you got those. You have Indeed is a good website, but remember, Indeed, the Monsters, and the Career Builders are third-party sites. I would encourage students, once you identify an opportunity on those sites, apply for that job directly through that company's website. You can look at internships.com. Your state, depending on what state you're in, may have a state job database or website. So in the state of Michigan, we have the Pure Michigan Talent Connect. And I've been very impressed at the number of internships for college students that they've been posting on that site, as well as companies and colleges can go on and create an event on the state of Michigan's calendar. And you can always get a listing of the upcoming events on that website.
Oh, wow, that's very cool, actually.
Mhm.
Because I know if you just Google it, like there are so many options. So I was just curious as to if
Mhm.
there were any that will actually be more helpful and beneficial instead of scrolling endlessly for hours.
Yeah, the first place to start is with your institution. See what job database your institution is using and start there. And make sure you connect with the career counselor or career advisor within your career services office, and let them know what you're interested in. The referral method still works, and if people can vouch for you and maybe refer you for a position, that could potentially get your foot in the door for an interview. And all you would have to do is pretty much impress the recruiter during the interview and close the deal.
Oh, nice. And then that sounds like that goes nice hand in hand with networking too. So if you network with those counselors, they can definitely help you a lot along
Yeah.
the way.
Agree. And going back to the, clubs and organizations, there's student groups on campus. But most of the time, if there's a student group on campus related to a major or a profession, there is a local, state, regional, or national level organization for that group as well. Those are some other websites that can potentially allow you to find opportunities too.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So networking, joining those clubs and organizations is a great networking tool.
Besides those websites and networking, do you have any other helpful tips that you give students as they're looking for internships and other opportunities?
Yeah, looking for a job is, could be a full-time opportunity. So don't get discouraged if you're not selected within the first 5 positions you applied for an interview. Keep trying and make sure you are critiquing and tailoring your documents for every position that you apply for. Just don't send the same generic or blanket resume for every position. You want to read the job description thoroughly and look at those requirements or qualifications for that position and make sure, at least within your resume and cover letter, you're touching, at my opinion, at least 75% of those qualifications on a job description, utilizing the keywords potentially that they may use in that position in your document so you can receive the hits on your resume so an employer can review your document.
So definitely doing your homework and your research helps there a little bit for you to go the extra mile.
Yes, it does. It does.
And then once they've successfully found and been accepted into an internship, what advice would you give them to make the most out of their experience?
Um, Make sure you're observant and you're listening, taking notes. Sometimes in that training process, it's exciting to be at the organization and you may forget your pencil and paper. People say you can ask me any question you want. That's fine, but you still want to take the appropriate notes, just like you do in class, so you can cut down on some of that training time, so you can perform your job effectively when taking those notes, so you can refer back to something when you're completing a task. Make sure you identify or uh, inquire if a coworker would like to be your mentor. Sometimes in an internship program, a supervisor or somebody will be assigned to you as a mentor within the organization, and that person can help you out getting, comfortable with the culture, understanding how to communicate effectively within the organization, and also that person could be someone to help you with your workload and with your prioritizing, communicating with supervisors. And so that's a specific person that may be able to talk to you. Mentors are great if you have one: a personal mentor, academic mentor, and a professional mentor. Those are your go-to people that can help you be successful professionally.
So again, communication is high key in pretty much everything you do along the
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
All right. And then before we finish up here, is there anything else you would like to say to students, like advice on finding a job or anything else that you feel would be helpful for them to know?
Uh, Make sure you are putting things in place that's going to impact your tomorrow. And so, like you said before, research is key. If you know the future career that you want to go into, start building that foundation now and make sure you're not doing anything negative on social media or within your personal life that could possibly hinder you from getting that future opportunity. And trends, technology is within your profession, so you can be prepared when you get out there and look for opportunities and you have knowledge within your subject area. Um, and network is key. Like that's the biggest thing as far as being a recent graduate. You should be networking and talking to your college advisors, not 2 weeks or 2 months before graduation, it's always good to start early, whether if it's your freshman or sophomore year, getting in there, attending those career fairs, attending the different career events or professional development opportunities on campus, so you can meet some of those recruiters early and begin that networking process.
And then this is just kind of a personal question to go along with that. As you're about to graduate, say you're in your senior year, when is it about time to start applying for jobs in your field and everything?
You can start as early as the first day of senior year, but you want to really hit the ground running at the end of the first semester of senior year, because you still have that last semester, which is approximately 15 weeks or 3.5 months to really apply for opportunities and really engage with the recruiters. And so as early as the first day in your senior year, you want to start putting yourself out there. Don't wait until the month or the week before graduation to start looking for a job.
Oh, okay. That's great to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you have anything else you would like to say?
Currently at this time, I think I covered everything that I wanted to say about internships. I do have another thing. Remember, if you engage in an internship opportunity, you should consider that as if it's a semester-long interview. It's very expensive to do recruiting for a position within the organization. And if you're fortunate enough to get an internship, you get a step ahead on the competition within the entry-level position. So if you perform well in that internship opportunity and the employer and your coworkers like your work ethic and what you're doing, potentially you can receive a job offer at the end of that internship. And if your internship is only 1 semester long, make sure you apply for an internship somewhere else the second semester, but maintain potentially an internship throughout your junior and senior year may increase your chances of being employed upon graduation.
Oh, yeah, that's actually really good to keep in mind too.
Mm-hmm.
More chances you have, the better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. It has been a pleasure speaking with you.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Bye-bye.